Hello students, I Prabha Sharma welcomes you all to the next class of not-for-profit organizations. Last time we discussed about how to prepare the receipts and payment account. Today we are going to make discussions how to prepare the income and expenditures account. But before to start it, it should be clear to you the receipts and payment accounts provide the data to income and expenditures account. So we should make focus to the last lecture first to continue the income and expenditures account. Now income and expenditures account consisting with a few valuable points. Number one, the income and expenditure is prepared just like the revenue profit and loss account as you know in the class 11 for the profit organization. But now you have to prepare for the service sector. The income and expenditures account, the rules are same as the profit and loss accounts consist. So revenue, receipts and payment account generally consists with the opening and closing balance, but income and expenditures account does not have any opening and closing balance like the balance brought down and the carried down. But the closing balance of the income and expenditures is to be calculated excess of income over the expenditure, then it will be called as surplus. Or if excess of expenditure is there over the income, then it will be called as deficit. And both the results will be entered into the expenditures capital fund in the balance sheet. If surplus is there, it will increase the capital fund. If deficit is there, it will reduce the capital fund in the current year's balance sheet. Income and expenditure is prepared on the accrual basis. Accrual basis means adjustments will be recorded as like the outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses and all other expenses like depreciation etc. But these adjustments are not to be entered in the receipts and payment account. So commonly I am making a comparative study of the income and expenditures account is nominal account and the receipts and payment account is a real account. And the income and expenditures account, the closing balance is called as surplus or deficit. But in the receipts and payment, it will be transferred to the balance sheet. And the income and expenditures consist with the accrual based concept and receipts and payment consist with the cash basis only. No adjustments will be done in the receipts and payment, but these adjustments are to be recorded in the income and expenditures account. So now this is a specimen of the income and expenditures, how to prepare. First of all, the expenditures will be written down on the debit side and the incomes will be on the credit side. So expenditures on the debit side will come from the payment side of the receipts and payment account like salaries, rent, insurance, printing, honorarium paid to any guest, depreciation on asset, loss on sale of asset, audit fees, etc. These items are coming from the payment side, but the payment side means only the revenue nature's items to be entertained, which consists with a 12-month period only. Previous year and the current year items will not be entertained here. But if any payment item which are coming from the receipts and payment account entertained in the expenditures account having the opening and closing balance, then the one formula will be used like the outstanding at the end will be added, outstanding at the beginning will be deducted, and the prepaid at the end will be deducted, and the prepaid at the beginning will be added. So this, when I'm talking about the end, I'm talking about the closing balance sheet data, closing balances. And now when I'm talking about the beginning, that means I'm talking about the opening balance of salaries or will be any other expenditures. The same manner, we have to go to the formula related to the income side. If any income items having the opening and closing, the same formula will be used. But like the subscription is given here, the subscription, the outstanding end will be added, outstanding at the beginning will be deducted, and the advance subscription at the end will be deducted. Advance subscription at the beginning will be added. So this is the formula is the same for the income and expenditures both side if having the opening balance and the closing. If don't have the balance opening and closing, then directly the item from the payment side go to the expenditure side and the receiving side go to the income side related to revenue nature's items only. Capitals nature's item will not be entertained here. So the other items related to the entrance fees is to be entertained as income. If the question is silent about to be entertained, the capital's natures or the revenue, it will be treated like it. Revenue natures as per the CBSE guidelines. In case of special mention is that the capital natures, then it will go to the liability side and the same other expenditures will be entertained, donation received, miscellaneous received, and the sale of newspaper. So all the items will be entertained here. The next one is the difference of the income will be entertained. The difference between the income and expenditures will be calculated. If expenses are more, then it will be called deficit, or if incomes are more, then the surplus will be calculated. So this is the aspect. But here one thing I want to talk about the items in the simple way. The data related to the expenditure side will be entertained. The first is like the depreciation. If any asset is to be going to reduce with the name of depreciation will be entered into the expenditure side only. If any asset sold and having the loss will go to the expenditures, but if having the profit will go to the income side. So this is the criteria to make the income and expenditures side and use it. Thank you.